I just feel like I can't lose. The universe is constantly conspiring in my favor. I just don't feel like I can be beat. I feel like if I had to go on the ship tomorrow with shark fishermen, and I never fished for sharks before, I feel like I could dive in the water, take a shark, gut it, and use its teeth for weapons to kill other sharks. That's how I feel.
So Malik Yusef, tell me about your childhood and growing up in Chicago's Wild Hundreds.
Where I feel like home is right where I'm at now. 12-8, South Side, Wild Hundreds, 127, Halsted. The basis of my understanding of loyalty and brotherhood and companionship and fear and expectation. And some of the things you do here, some of the things you do in the most hostile environments, in the wildest conditions to survive. But a lot of these people came out here looking for the American dream. And the American dream is just that. It's a dream, I think my biggest dream was to be able to get away from my mother, from her oppression, you know what I'm saying? When you constantly trying to get somebody to love you, you need to take that and internalize that and love yourself more. When I started to love myself and started to have stone love, it changed. Once I realized I didn't have to stay in the house, that was it. I was good from there.
So what have been some of the highlights of the life of Malik Yusef as the writer, the poet, the actor, the man?
First of all, the hilarity of the fact that I have a career is so, I don't even know what to say. I've worked with, Common, Kanye, Carl Thomas, Twista, Raheem Devon, Adam Levine, Big Nasty, Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, R.E.M., Josh Stone, Justin Timberlake, CeeLo Green. I've got tons of awards, hundreds of awards, and citations of different sorts, and placements and plaques and shit like that. That's not really the thing, though. When I look at those things, I look at the process behind them. How did I get this Grammy right here? How did this Grammy happen? How did this award happen? What did I do to get that? And then I can make a recipe out of it. And everybody can have the same ingredients. Get a couple friends and grab a microphone, get some studio equipment, and try to be Malik Yusef. But see, it's not that. Those are just the ingredients. That's a key component. There's a step on how to put those things together. And that's called the recipe. Now that's what you can't steal, because we go at it every day. We forge that path every day. Every day that Malik Yusef does something is a new chapter in spoken word music and spoken word poetry on the planet. That's something that's not been done before. Russell Simmons said, Malik Yusef and Black Ice are the reason I do this. And I was like, wow. The reason you did Deaf Poetry Jam, it wasn't for the learned poets from Harvard or Oxford. It was for the street motherfuckers like us that perform poetry at our boys' funerals and at the grave site, of our fallen soldiers out here trying to survive. That's how my poetry started. Before I knew there was a field of poetry, before I knew there was an open, I didn't even know what an open mic was. So I did it in living rooms while we was getting drunk and loading weapons. So to have an outlet like Deaf Poetry Jam presented to me, my most vigorous effort is to create a venue as well for young people to express themselves. And maybe you didn't go through what we went through, gang banging, and but everybody goes through something, and to them, it is horrific, no matter what it is.
It's well known that there's a lot of violence in Chicago. Not that it's not going on everywhere, but if you had the words that could end the violence or just make the kids stop and pause, what would you say to the youth in Chicago? People
need to understand that we talking about youth violence, that's just the symptom. When somebody's coughing, we give them cough syrup. That's idiotic. The problem's not the cough, it's what's going on inside. The violence is just a microcosm of the MAC, which is we don't let our children express themselves on this earth. Self-expression is so important. It's mandatory for the evolution of a human being, through dance, through singing, through poetry. And if you let people express themselves, they'll learn themselves. They create this looking glass, this mirror, I became myself through poetry.
So, with so many people in the world who have big dreams, what would you tell someone who has a dream burning inside of them?
I think that you have to understand you're good enough right now to go for your dream. You don't have to add no shit to you, right? Nothing. Start right now. If you walk the path, you learn the mission. You're not gonna learn mountain climbing sitting right here, no matter how many books you read. Get toward a mountain, you're gonna start seeing people that are attempting the same thing or have attempted or have mastered the same thing. So if you have a dream, start doing it. Dancers be fucking dancing. They don't be talking about dancing, they be dancing. Singers be fucking singing. So if you got a dream, live in it. Look at your dream, but then wake up and get after it. The illusion is everybody wants the truth. But the truth is, everybody wants the illusion.